Law enforcement officers swooped down on Reid's St. Andrew house at 5 a.m., the same time they arrived at the Caribbean Maritime University President Professor Fitz Pinnock Hellshire premises in Portmore, St. Catherine, and the St. Anne resident of Jamaica Labour Party Council Kim Brown Lawrence. Reid's wife Sharon, who is employed at the CMU as a manager for legal affairs, and their daughter Cheryl were also arrested. The five have been charged with a range of offenses, including breaches of the Corruption Prevention Act, conspiracy to defraud, misconduct in a public office, and common and breaches of the Proceeds of Crime Act. Investigators have alleged that nearly $50 million of public funds were diverted to personal use of Reid and Pinnock through a number of schemes, including one that mirrors the Career Advancement Program Youth Employment Solution. Financial Investigation Division boss Robin Sykes has said he is confident that the investigators have a solid case in the Ruel Reid CMU corruption case. In July, Director of Public Prosecution DDP Paula Llewellyn found that 4 criminal laws may have been breached by key players in the matter. In addition to the breaches of the 4 criminal laws, the DDP said that there were possibly 2 common law offenses and possibly administrative breaches. The DDP recommended further investigation, but said the decision whether to arrest and charge any of the accused and place them before the court rested with the police and other investigative bodies. This morning, Llewellyn, Power 106 FM Morning Agenda, said that since her last consultation with law enforcement authorities 3 months ago, there has been no further contact. However, Sykes said investigators have acted on the opinion of the DDP to close certain gaps in the probe. We are confident we're looking at additional avenues and have closed those gaps. We believe that we are in a position to proceed as we have today, Sykes said. The DDP has said she found it unusual that an up-to-date file have not been sent to her before today's arrest, and the reason why an up-to-date file probably was not sent to her is because in cases before this with politicians, Paula Llewellyn have done nothing, and she has made other politicians walk on corruption scandals just like this one, and I'll link the video that I did about it in the description box of this video and also in the cards above. So I understand why the FID went above her and to the court and proceeded with their case without giving her an update, because honestly, Paula Llewellyn is a puppet. This is the same woman that actually convicted Vybz Kartel tampered evidence, and she's saying that it's unusual. She's saying that this case needed to be investigated more. Really? Once you found that 4 breaches of criminal laws and 2 common law offenses and possible administrative breaches were done by the accused, what more investigation do you need as a department of prosecution? Like, honestly, I don't understand that part, but whatever. However, Sykes insisted that the case is now airtight. We are firm in our conviction that our case is solid, he said. So, former Education Minister Ruel Reid and his co-accused were offered bail when they appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court today. Reid was granted $3 million bail. His wife, Sharon, was granted $1 million bail, and their daughter, Sharilee, was granted bail in the sum of $500,000. Honestly, with the amount of money that they laundered, the amount of money that they spent doing personal things, they can more than afford a $1 million bail and a $3 million bail and a $500,000 bail, because Not only was Ruel Reid wife working for the CMU, his daughter was also working for the CMU. So combine all three of those and all the money that they've laundered, they have more than that hidden somewhere for their rainy day fund. Okay, I'm just saying. $1 million in Jamaican is about between 7,000 to 10,000 US dollars. I can guarantee you they have that saved in Jamaica. Anyways, it says, and also Fitz Pinnock, who is the professor lawyer, had a lot to say after the bail hearing, so I'm going to interject this right now.
The search warrant was clearly in breach of the law because under the law, when you go for a search warrant, the warrant must say exactly what it is that you intend to do. And when you look at this particular warrant, they took things from the warrant, from the house, that were not covered under the warrant. For example, the computers and all these things were not named in the warrant, which you had to do based on the Danai Williams case.
So what was named in the warrant?
They're just some documents.
What type of document?
Just a document. It was not specific enough, and then they go now and put things that are not covered in the warrant.
Going forward, what we expect come January 23rd?
Well, we have to see the disclosure that they make on us, and but after the disclosure, then we can go further. And go on to the matter, because we are confident based. In fact, when I look at what was being done over the period of time that this investigation was taking place, it is clear to me that the police, they were under pressure to come up with some charge. They were under pressure, and I will not say, but they were under pressure. And they had to do something.
What kind of mood is Mr. Reid and his family in, having been put through this process?
Well, I mean, naturally they'll be feeling a bit down, but I think, having regard to what happened today, in fact, my client, that he was in much better spirit today. In fact, he held up well yesterday, but I think having seen and heard what transpired today, he's much better.
He held up well yesterday.
He never ate anything. He never ate for the entire day yesterday. And so, no, Mr. Professor Pinnock never ate anything at all, and so he was under pressure. But we went through. Over 90% of those questions were not related to the charge.
What did they have to do with? Yeah.
In fact, I had to stop them in their track yesterday, where they were asking questions, because a lot of the questions were not permissible in law, and that is why that particular interview took so long, because I had to stop them on several occasions. That question cannot be asked. And they had to rephrase and in fact abandon some of the questions.
Are they friends, Mr. Reid and Professor?
I don't say they're friends, they went to school together. They went to the same school. No, I don't say that. In fact, in the interview, it emerged that they were asking Professor Pinnock whether or not he was a regular caller of Mr. Reid's telephone. No. All these questions, you know.
What section was named inside that there were WhatsApp messages that were exchanged?
They were asking about whether that he used to communicate with Mr. Reid by WhatsApp and all of that. And what is significant about I'm glad you raised that question, because let me tell you something. And this is to show that it was a fishing expedition. If they had evidence that Mr. Reid and Professor Pinnock were communicating by WhatsApp or by phone, given the length of time that they had to do this operation, they would have a proper investigator would have had that information to confront him with it yesterday and say, look here, these are text messages that we get from this phone. Can you speak to that? Nothing was done like that. You get what I'm saying?
Are you speaking though prematurely given the fact that disclosure?
No, what I'm saying to you, because he was subjected to a lengthy question and answer, if they had done their work and had that information, the law is that he should have been confronted with it. Both Reid and Pinnock should have been confronted with those text messages and asked, did you send Professor Pinnock this text? Did you send Mr. Reid that text? That is how the law operates. That you must confront the person with information and get their response. That was not done.
Do you think that that is a good enough money to set their bail at? All three were ordered to report to Matilda's Corner police station in St. Andrew on Wednesday and Saturdays and must not be seen at the Ministry of Education and the Caribbean Maritime University. They were also ordered to surrender their travel documents and stop orders were imposed by the court. Similar restrictions were imposed on co-accused Professor Fitz Pinnock, president of the CMU, who was granted $2 million bail, and counselor of the Brownstown Division Kim Brown Lawrence, who was offered $1 million bail. Pinnock is to report to the Greater Portmore Police Station, while Brown Lawrence was ordered to report to the Brownstown Police Station. The prosecution did not oppose bail. And why didn't the prosecution oppose bail? They need to sit and rot in jail like regular people. You know how people of lesser stature that are not politicians or people in power, you know how long it takes them to get bail? Years in Jamaica. So why are they any different? I feel like they should have sat in jail for a few days to actually think about what they did. Anyways, it says they are to return to court on January 23rd, 2020. The five accused were arrested yesterday during their pre-dawn operations at their homes in St. Andrew, St. Catherine, and St. Anne. What are your thoughts in the comment section? Do you think that the bail was set at a high enough price? Do you think that they were treated differently while being arrested because they got bail so early? Do you think that they can afford these millions of dollars bail? And what do you think about the money laundering claims? Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.